You're listening to Cosy English Podcasts.
Your cozy place to speak with ease.
Someone says, "This is Maya." You smile and say, "Nice to meet you." Then the person who introduced you walks away. Why does the silence suddenly feel like your job?
And why does your mind become empty at that precise moment? You know hundreds of English words. You used several of them 10 minutes ago. Now you have one. So,
A strong opening. Very mysterious.
thank you. I'll be performing it at parties.
Today, we're going to make that moment much easier.
This is a new episode of Cosy English Podcasts. Our topic is small talk after "Nice to meet you." And with me today is Mike.
And joining me is Emily. We'll show you how to use the person, place, or event around you to find your next sentence.
That silence can become an awkward silence. Awkward means uncomfortable and not easy. You both smile, look at the floor, and wait for the other person to speak.
You don't need a clever story. One simple question about something you share can rescue the next 10 seconds.
And the introduction often gives you that question, if you listen for it.
An introduction feels helpful because someone else starts the interaction. They say, "You two should meet," and for a few seconds, they do the work.
Then both people say, "Nice to meet you." That part has a clear shape. We know the line, so we feel safe.
After that, the shape disappears. There's no fixed next line, and your brain starts searching for the perfect subject. Politics? The meaning of life? Their thoughts on the cheese?
Please leave the cheese alone. Native speakers feel that pressure too. I once met someone at a neighbor's dinner. Our neighbor introduced us, smiled, and went to answer the door.
Did you follow her?
I considered it. The other guests and I watched her leave as if she had taken the conversation with her. Then I asked, "Do you live near here?"
No fireworks, but it worked.
It worked because we were standing in a neighbor's home. He lived 2 streets away, and soon we were talking about a road that both of us avoided during rush hour.
A first question only needs to make the next 10 seconds easier. Think of it as opening a small door. You aren't trying to begin a deep conversation in one move.
You're showing that it's safe to continue. The other person shares the work by answering, asking something back, or adding a detail.
Change the goal from "I must be interesting" to "I can help us begin." That feels far more manageable. The easiest starting point is the built-in connection. A built-in connection is the person, place, or reason that already joins you.
You may know the same friend, work in the same building, attend the same class, or help with the same project. You didn't invent the connection. It existed before you said hello.
Which saves time. I enjoy any social method that requires less invention.
Listen to the extra words in an introduction. Someone might say, "This is Lena from my design class," or "You're both helping with the summer event."
Design class gives you a class question. Summer event gives you an event question. The useful part may arrive after the person's name, when nervous listeners have stopped listening because they're preparing "Nice to meet you."
I've done that. I'm smiling, planning my own sentence, and missing the free topic being handed to me.
The place can help too. At a work lunch, ask about work or the lunch. At a friend's birthday party, ask about your friend or the party.
During the introduction, ask yourself, what do we already share? Then you only search inside one small area instead of every possible subject in English.
If you share a host, ask about the host. If you share a class, ask about the class. If you share a project, ask about the project.
The connection also explains why your question feels natural. You're using the reason you're together, not asking a stranger something private.
A question that uses that connection is a bridge question. A bridge question is a small, easy question that moves you from the introduction into a real conversation.
Nice to meet you sits on one side of the bridge. A short conversation waits on the other side. No dramatic river underneath, I hope.
Only mild social danger. The most useful example is, how do you know Sam? It means, what is your connection with Sam? You might be friends, relatives, neighbors, or coworkers.
We usually say, how do you know Sam? In everyday American English, from where do you know Sam sounds less natural.
Imagine a friend says, this is Jordan. After the greeting, ask, so how do you know Sam?
The small word so can make the move feel smooth, but you don't need it. How do you know Sam? Already sounds friendly and clear.
Their answer supplies the next subject. We went to college together. Can lead to the college, the city, or how long they've been friends.
If they say, we work together, you could ask, oh, are you on the same team?
I like the first question because it shares control. The other person chooses which part of the connection to explain.
It allows a real answer without feeling huge. You sound curious, not like someone holding a form and checking boxes.
Sometimes the shared person isn't your easiest bridge. The event may give you a better one.
Try, have you been to one of these before? It means, is this your first event like this, or have you attended one in the past?
You could use it at a neighborhood dinner, a book club, or a work event.
The words, one of these, refer to this kind of event. Both people can see what's happening, so you don't need a long explanation.
If they say, yes, I came last month, ask what the last one was like. If they say, no, this is my first time, you can mention that it's your first time too.
I wouldn't use that question during a normal afternoon at the office.
Have you been to one of these before? One of these. Tuesdays?
Right. The phrase needs a clear event or group activity. You can also make it more exact. Have you been to this book club before? Or, have you come to this market before?
Another option is, what brought you here today? That asks why the person came, so use it when guests may have different reasons.
At an English class, someone might answer, I want to use English at work. You now have something real to ask about. Their work, their goal, or the situations where they need English.
Workplaces, classes, and projects offer built-in connections too. Someone at work may say, this is Priya. She's helping us with the new website.
Ask, how long have you been working on the website? Or, which part are you working on? Both questions grow from the introduction.
In a class, you might hear, this is Ben. He joined last week. Try, how are you finding the class so far?
That means, what do you think about the class until now? Learners who find that form difficult can ask, do you like the class so far?
In a volunteer group, you hear, this is Rosa. She organizes the food table. You could ask, do you do this at every event?
On a project, ask about the person's part. What are you working on? Feels lighter than a request for their complete job history.
The introduction gives you permission to ask about the shared subject. It doesn't give you permission to ask anything that enters your head.
If you hear, this is our new manager, perhaps don't begin with, how much do you earn?
There goes my bridge question.
Use safe areas, such as the team, the office, or the current work. Avoid questions that sound like tests, too. Do you understand the project? Can make someone feel judged.
How is the project going for you? Sounds softer. You're asking about their experience, not checking whether they're good enough.
The person introducing you may offer more than a name. They might say, you both love hiking, or you both used to live in Chicago.
Please don't throw away that gift because you're searching for a more original topic.
You can pick up on the comment. Pick up on means notice something that was said and use it in the conversation.
If the host says, you both have dogs, ask, what kind of dog do you have? If the host says, you both worked in Chicago, try, oh, which part of the city did you work in?
Some people avoid the comment because it feels too easy. They think a good talker must produce a fresh topic.
I understand the feeling. It can seem as if you're borrowing the host's idea.
You are borrowing it, and the host offered it for that purpose. Using the comment shows that you listened. It also saves the other person from wondering why the host mentioned Chicago and then vanished.
Fair. One small problem. The comment may be old or incorrect. The host says, "You both play tennis, but you stopped years ago."
Correct it lightly and leave the door open. I used to play, but not now. Do you still play?
Honest, short, and the question returns to them.
You can also say, I heard you're interested in cooking. That's safer than, you're a great cook, when you don't know if the comment is true. Let's compare two versions. The host says, "This is Noor. You both joined the same evening class." Then the host becomes quiet.
Version 1. Nice to meet you. Do you like movies? It's friendly, but it ignores the connection sitting between you.
Noor must switch from class mode to movie mode and search for an answer. It may work, but you've made the move larger than necessary.
Version 2. Nice to meet you. Which class are you taking? Now the question comes from the introduction.
Noor says, "The Tuesday writing class." You reply, "I'm in the Thursday group. How are you finding it?"
That creates a useful chain. The introduction gives you a question. The answer gives you a comment or another small question.
We call that next question a follow-up question. A follow-up question is based on the answer you heard. "I work at the hospital" can lead to, "What do you do there?"
It shows that you listened, but 5 follow-up questions in a row can feel like a job interview.
Especially if you become serious and start taking notes.
I was told to show interest.
Share a little information about yourself, too. If Noor says, "I take the Tuesday class," answer, "I take Thursday because of work. Do you like the teacher?"
Now you're giving and asking. The conversation has room for both people instead of one interviewer and one slightly worried applicant. Your bridge question may come back to you. You ask, "How do you know Sam?" The person answers, then says, "How about you?"
Many learners prepare the question, but not their own answer. Then the conversation stops on their side, which feels unfair after all that preparation.
Use a short answer with 2 parts. State the connection, then add one small detail.
For example, "We work together. We joined the same team last year." That's enough for a first conversation.
Or, "We're neighbors. I moved into the building in March." The second sentence gives the listener something to work with.
Something to work with means a detail another person can use for their next comment or question. If you say only, "From work," they have little material.
A useful detail can mention time, place, an activity, or one simple fact. "We met at a cooking class. Neither of us was very good at it."
That detail may bring a smile and a question about cooking. It's personal without becoming private.
1 or 2 sentences feels about right to me. A long answer can leave no space for the other person to join.
A one-word answer may close the door by accident. Compare college with, "We met in college. We were in the same math class."
The second version stays short, but now I can ask about the college, the class, or whether Sam was better at math.
Based on Sam's cooking, don't assume anything. Now the event question comes back. You ask, "Have you been to one of these before?" The other person says, "Once. How about you?"
You could answer, "No, this is my first one. A friend from work invited me." Connection first, then one detail.
If you've attended before, say, "Yes, I came last month. It was smaller that time." You're giving useful information, not your life story.
Suppose I'm nervous and can't think of a detail.
Use what's happening now. No, it's my first time. I'm still learning where everything is. That answer is true, easy, and open.
You can return a question after your answer. I came once last year. Do you know many people here?
Don't rush so much that your answer disappears, though. If every reply ends with a fast question, the other person may feel that you're hiding.
I've heard the advice, keep asking questions. It sounds safe.
Until question number 7. Then I begin wondering whether you've lost a person and I match the description.
All right, I'm changing my rule. Give a little, then ask a little.
That balance helps adult learners. A prepared short answer reduces stress because you know what to say when the question returns.
Before an event, choose one fact about your connection. I know the host from work, or I joined this group 2 weeks ago.
You aren't memorizing a speech. You're keeping one useful piece ready.
Now for the version everyone worries about. The person introducing you walks away at once.
Don't read that as a sign that something went wrong. Hosts greet other guests, answer phones, and check food. Their evening has several moving parts.
You can get the ball rolling with one bridge question. Get the ball rolling means start an activity so it can continue. At a party, how do you know our host? Can start the conversation.
The phrase comes from giving a ball its first push. Once it moves, other people can keep it moving.
Also, you don't have to speak before the host takes one step away. I've tried that. It creates a small race nobody agreed to join.
A brief pause is normal. Breathe, smile, and use what you heard. If you missed the extra information, choose the clearest connection. At a birthday dinner, ask about the person celebrating. At a class, ask about the class.
If you have no clear connection, use the place or the activity. Have you been here before? Or, what did you think of today's talk?
I once asked, "Do you know many people here?" after the introducer left. The other person said, "No." We laughed because we were in the same position.
That shared truth removed some pressure. Neither of you had to act like an expert guest.
The other person may feel relieved that you spoke first. Your simple question can help both of you.
A bridge question won't create much movement every time. You ask, "How do you know the host?" And the person says, "Work."
Give them an easy choice. "Oh, are you on the same team, or do you work in different areas?" A choice can feel easier than a wide question.
Keep the choices simple and real. Don't offer 6 possible departments like a recorded phone menu.
If the next answer is still short, offer your side. "I know her from our building. We often meet by the mailboxes."
Now they have a new detail. They may ask where you live or mention their neighborhood.
If they still add nothing, the silence isn't a personal failure. They may be tired, shy, or ready to leave.
You can end the small talk with kindness. "Well, it was nice meeting you. I'm going to get some water."
Another problem is missing the introduction. Music is loud, people speak fast, and you catch only the name.
Ask for help. "Sorry, did you say you work together?" That sounds clear and normal.
Or wait until the host leaves and say, "I missed part of that. How do you know our host?" You're repairing the conversation instead of pretending.
A simple repair beats building a question from information you didn't hear.
I once guessed that 2 people were cousins. They were coworkers. Nobody died, but I wanted the floor to open.
Useful evidence for asking.
Let's build a full 3-person introduction. Picture a small community event. The host says, "Alex, this is Taylor. Taylor helped me plan today's food table. Alex has just joined our group."
Taylor says, "Nice to meet you." Alex says, "Nice to meet you too." The host adds, "You both live on the west side of town."
Then the host sees another guest. "I need to say hello. I'll be back." Alex and Taylor are alone.
Alex picks up on the first comment. "So, How long did it take to plan the food table?
Taylor answers, "About 2 weeks. It was my first time helping with it. Have you been to one of these events before?"
Alex gives a short answer with a detail. No, this is my first one. I moved to this area a month ago.
Taylor has something to work with. "Oh, welcome. Which part of the west side are you in?"
Alex says, near the big park. I chose it because I like walking, but I still get lost on the smaller streets.
Taylor replies, "I know what you mean. I've lived there for 3 years, and one street still confuses me."
No one found an amazing topic. They used the event, the host's comment, and one personal detail.
And each reply attached to something specific. Food table led to event. Event led to moving. Moving led to the neighborhood.
That's the part nervous speakers often miss. You don't need to see the whole conversation from the start.
You only need to hear the next useful detail.
Let's continue. Alex asks, "Do you go to the park often?" Taylor says, "Most weekends, especially in the morning." Taylor adds, "There's a small coffee shop near the north entrance." That comment helps without becoming a long speech. Alex answers, "I think I saw it yesterday. Is it the place with the green door?"
Now they're having comfortable small talk. The host has gone, but the original introduction still supports the conversation.
Alex made one useful choice earlier. Instead of answering only no to the event question, Alex said, "I moved here a month ago."
That detail opened the neighborhood topic. Taylor didn't have to search for a new idea.
Taylor also shared something after asking questions. "I've lived there for 3 years." That created balance.
They stayed away from private information. They discussed an area, a park, and a coffee shop, not an exact address or apartment number.
If the host returns, Alex can bring them back in. "We discovered that we use the same park."
The host now knows that the West Side comment helped. Also, the conversation can continue instead of resetting to another round of smiling.
A good first conversation may last only a few minutes. You don't need to become close friends before the food arrives.
If the silence no longer feels like a wall and both people find a path through it, the first conversation has done its job.
Time for a practice round. I'll give the introduction, and you choose the connection.
Ready. I feel the pressure already.
This is Morgan. We're taking the same online business class.
How are you finding the class? Or, more simply, do you like the class so far? The class is our connection.
Next, this is Casey. Casey worked with our host in Boston.
How long did you work together? I could also ask, did you like working in Boston? The shared person and the city are both available.
You're at a monthly reading group. Someone only says, "This is Robin."
I didn't receive an extra detail, so I'll use the event. Have you been to this reading group before?
Last one. This is Jamie. You both helped on the spring project.
Which part of the project did you work on? I'd also prepare my answer in case Jamie asks me the same question.
Give us that answer.
I helped with the final meeting. I joined quite late, so I missed the early work. Those two details offer several possible follow-ups.
Listeners, think of a real event in your life. Who might introduce you? Which person, place, or reason would you share?
Choose one bridge question and one short answer. For a class, you might prepare, "Do you like the class so far?" And, "Yes, I joined last month because I need English at work."
That pair can carry you through the first minute with less pressure. One final worry. Your English may not feel fast enough to follow the whole answer.
You can slow the conversation without ending it. Say, "Sorry, could you say that again?" Or, "Did you say you joined last year?"
Checking one detail can become your next question. You joined last year. What was your first event like?
You can repeat a keyword as a question too. If someone says, "We met during a training week," respond, "A training week?"
Your voice shows that you want more information, and the other person will often explain.
I prefer that to pretending I understood and then jumping to an unrelated topic.
A training week?
Yes, for new employees.
Wonderful. Do you have a dog?
See? Friendly, perhaps, but you've dropped the thread. Stay with the detail. What kind of training did you do?
A short comment before the question can help. That sounds fun. How often does the group meet?
Or, I've never tried that. Was it difficult? Your comment shows a reaction, and the question keeps the exchange going.
If you forget your prepared phrase, return to the basic idea. Ask about the shared person, place, or reason. The exact words can change.
The connection matters more than perfect grammar. A calm question helps more than a complex sentence that stays inside your head.
Listening gives you time too. While the person answers, find one detail you can use next. Let's return to the opening. Someone says, "This is Maya." You say, "Nice to meet you," and the person who introduced you walks away.
This time, the silence doesn't have to become a test. Look for the built-in connection and ask one bridge question.
Use what's already in the room, the shared person, place, class, project, or event.
When the question comes back, give a short answer plus one small detail. Give the other person something to work with.
You don't have to carry the whole conversation. Get the ball rolling, listen, and pick up on the next detail.
If the answer is short, offer an easy choice or share your side. If you miss something, ask. And if the other person doesn't want to talk, you can end the exchange kindly.
Try one bridge question this week. How do you know our host? Or, have you been to one of these before? Is enough.
I'd choose the first one.
Because you dislike Mysterious Tuesdays?
I have questions about Tuesdays, Mike. I don't ask them at parties.
Sensible. Thank you for listening. We hope your next introduction feels calmer and easier.
Take care, and we'll see you next time. Goodbye.